The most important project you'll ever work on is you. Your family depends on it. Your career depends on it. Your health and vitality depends on it. And deep down, you know it's the truth. Mediocrity is a slow death. You didn't come here to be average. You came here to be remarkable. Today's episode, gentlemen, is a wake-up call. It's time to put yourself first and forge the man you're meant to become. Let's go.
Gentlemen, the world needs remarkable men. This is your time, and this is your show. I'm your host, Dwayne Klassen, and welcome to the Remarkable Man Show.
Yes, gentlemen, this is your time, and this is your show. Welcome to the Remarkable Man Show. I'm so glad you're here. Today, it's all about you. And this is all about you becoming remarkable. As you know, we have the Remarkable Man Project. The project is you. You are it. It's men being remarkable. You being remarkable in every aspect of your life. Now, this is your version of what it means to be remarkable. It's not mine. It's not someone else's. It's what you deem to be a remarkable man. And the truth is, you've known for a very long time who and what he is. You may have even experienced him a time or two. However, there may be times where you are experiencing your perfect storm, when everything's going to shit and you're not quite sure where your foundation is anymore in which to build on. Well, this is what the project is. This is what my passion is, to be your coach, to be your mentor, to be a guide, to give you the tools and the resources and the awareness that you need to step boldly into the remarkable man. And in today's episode, we're definitely going to dive into some powerful keys. If you're brand new to the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Give us a 5-star review. Every week on the Remarkable Man Show, we are committed to giving you the latest tools and resources you need to level up your game. And you can also watch the video version on the Remarkable Man Project YouTube channel. Click the link in the show notes. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the core of today's episode. You are the CEO of your life. Yep, you are in control of every aspect of it. Today, I want you to envision that your life is a construction project. Yeah, you've been to construction sites before. You've driven past them or walked past them in your city where you see a pit has been dug into the ground. And that pit is the future home of a new tower, a new apartment building, an office building, whatever that might be. But there are several processes that go into building a tower. And the taller and bigger the tower is, the deeper the foundation has to go, which means the pit has to be dug even deeper. And I want this to be a metaphor for your life. So you've got this grand vision for what you want to achieve. You know that if this tower represents your life, then I want you to craft or design the most amazing building. And then again, this is a metaphor for you. So in the planning stages, what does it look like? If you could envision it like an architect does, they have the artist drawings and then they actually build a model of the structure. It gives them a snapshot of what they're working towards. It gives everybody else an idea that, hey, this is what's going to go in that place. I want you to be doing the same thing. I want you to envision who he is. And I want you to feel him. How does he express himself? How does he talk? How does he walk? All these aspects of who he is. And you see that as the model that's going to be going in this construction site. So now you have a vision for what this project is supposed to be about. Then I want you to take action on it. Every morning, I want you to envision that remarkable self as already complete, as already done. And the more you envision it, the more it becomes a tangible project. I want you to walk in this energy today. All right, so that brings us up to principle number 1, your identity. You are not your past. You are not your wounds. You are the architect of your life. Your self-identity shapes your destiny. My brother, you've got to stop outsourcing your self-esteem, your self-worth to others. It has to come from within. And just like in the building analogy, you've got to start with a vision as to what you want to create. That brings us to principle number 2, and this is the dig. Yeah, this is where you are going to practice ruthless self-leadership. And you do that by digging out all the old stories, all the old dramas, all the pieces that do not serve you in the new version of the remarkable man that you are. Your life is a reflection of the standards that you hold yourself to when no one else is watching. So I want you to make that dig count. The dig represents you pulling out all the weeds in your mind, the weeds in your physiology, everything that says you can't. And then you've got to establish, based on the vision of who you are, how deep you've got to go. Because remember, the taller we're going, the deeper you've got to go. If you don't master your thoughts will master you. So you've got to dig this all out. The dig also represents your patterns. It also represents your rituals. What are the rituals you're going to have every day in order to build this tower? It's got to be complete. By the time you get to the bottom, wherever that is, it's got to be complete before they can start pouring the concrete and the first slab that supports the crane. So get deep, dig into what really is blocking you. It might be soil, it might be mud, it might be granite that you've got to blast through this. And that granite may require you to get some coaching, to be able to blast through the areas that you've never been able to blast through before. This is so vital that you get this. Reach for help if you struggle in the dig, to know thyself. Your action step here is to catch yourself. Whenever there is a negative thought, a negative attitude, or you are slowing down your momentum, check it, and replace it with a new empowering thought and a new empowering activity. If you have to get out into nature, which I highly recommend, then do so. Really be mindful, especially in today's world, about scrolling, doom scrolling, porn scrolling, soft porn. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anything that gets you off your game. Recalibrate and get back to what matters most. And this brings us to principle number 3, and this is the build. Because once you have the dig, you have the build. And this is about mastering the inner game. And you master that inner game by making sure your foundation is solid. Right? Look at any construction site. That foundation has to be with the right rebar. It has to be with the right concrete. And in fact, cement, when it's cured, it's measured in integrity. How much integrity does that concrete have? Because the same concrete that's used on a sidewalk or a house footing is not the same concrete that's used in building a massive tower with the huge columns. No, it's got to be a hell of a lot more fortified. And that rebar has to be perfect as well. So you've got to build this structure, knowing that the foundational piece is the most important. In real life, the foundation takes the longest to build. It takes forever to get to ground level because they're putting so much energy into the foundation. This is also where the car park is. This is where perhaps the HVAC and the electricity is. There could be a water reservoir here where, for the plumbing, all these pieces may be in the foundation. And there's a tremendous amount of engineering that goes here. However, once you get to ground level and you get past that lobby where all things are pretty, that tower begins to build almost weekly. They're adding another floor to it because it's just boom, boom, boom. It's cookie cutter. Everything is already planned out and they can go floor to floor to floor to floor so fast. And this is the benefit of doing the work, brother. This is the benefit of doing the work on you. Remember, this is your project. And brother, this should be your passion project to make you the priority. building yourself, fortifying yourself, making sure you're the strongest mofo out there. And that's a strong, solid foundation of your mind, your heart, your capacity to win. I want you to set up what I call the hour of power. And this is your meditation for 20 minutes. This is journaling for 20 minutes. This is doing affirmations for 20 minutes. And I know that might sound like a lot, but brother, it really enforces the remarkable man energy. And the last piece is get physical. Get physical, weaponize yourself, get into the best shape you possibly can. Now, I'm not saying you have to look like an Adonis, but I want you to be prepared for whatever eventuality may happen, that you can protect your family, or you can do the hard without gasping for air, or worse, having a heart attack while you're doing the things you know you need to be doing. You want to be able to satisfy your beloved. You want to be able to be a hero to your children and have that physicality to be able to roughhouse and enjoy their expression of freedom. You want to be able to do that alongside with them. You do this, brother, and you'll see the build within you taking you to a whole nother level. And the fourth step, gentlemen, is the finish. Now, that doesn't mean you've gotten to the finish line in our build. No. When a building is complete, in fact, that's when everything actually starts, when it comes to the evolution of who and what you are. The finished building now requires people to come in and build out the offices, clean up the construction material, make sure it's fit and finish, everything is great. They bring in the interior designers. They bring in all the different aspects that are going to make this building what it's going to be to the world. Whatever it is, it still requires a tremendous amount of maintenance in order to keep it in that pristine look. Understand this, that being the remarkable man isn't seeking perfection. It's just in the relentless pursuit of seeking excellence in all you do. It's actually going to your highest potential. Anything less is letting you down. You know this. And let's be honest. I mean, in any build, there are hiccups. There are challenges. Sometimes there's the wrong fitting. Someone didn't measure it properly. The windows were ordered wrong. You're going to stumble along the way. You're going to fail along the way. You are going to be incredibly frustrated along the way. That's just part of the journey to the remarkable man within. It's the hero's journey that we're all on. What I want you to do is do weekly check-ins with yourself. Set up KPIs. I do this with my coaching clients. Every week they have a set of KPIs. There's about 10 segments of their lives. They've got to rank themselves between 1 and 10. How did they do week over week? And this gives us a really good benchmark on what to work on and what is going great in their life. So what worked, what didn't, and where do you need to level up? So brother, this is a wake-up call. This is a reminder to you that you are the project, not your job, not your career, not your money-making capacity, not your relationship, and not your children. It's you. You know this. Because anytime they've ever did the in-flight instructions on a plane, they've always said, put your oxygen mask on first before you can help another. So this is you putting your oxygen mask on, making yourself the project and creating the build. What does this build look like? Get really granular with it. Have fun with it. But see the best version of who you are, the most remarkable man you can possibly be. That's it. And then we start to reverse engineer what that looks like and where do we need to start today to make him a reality. You've got this, brother. Be remarkable. If this hit home for you, please like, share, subscribe, and share this episode with a brother that could really use some support right now. And whatever's coming up for you, leave a comment. Let's get the conversation going. We're in this crazy clown show upside down world. And what this world needs most right now are men living from their authentic masculine power. What this world needs most are remarkable men. My question to you is, will you be one of them? Thank you for joining me here on the Remarkable Man Show. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so today and join us on the Remarkable Man Project YouTube channel, link in the description. And if you want to get a deeper dive into expressing the fullness of the remarkable man within, and you want to have a powerful conversation about where you want your next breakthrough, then book your one-on-one breakthrough discovery call with me. Let's have that powerful conversation. And also join the Remarkable Man Project School community. This is our global community of like-minded men, all striving for that remarkable man within. This is where you're going to get the tools, the resources, and the brotherhood that you're looking for. And it's free, brothers. Click the link in the show notes. As well, get your copy of my groundbreaking book, The Remarkable Man, Champions to Women, Here's to Children, and Brothers to Each Other. It's the catalyst that started this movement. It has changed the lives of so many men and their relationships. Get your copy on Amazon today. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to yourself, and remember, you're not alone on the journey. At the Remarkable Man Project, we've got your back. All the best. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Remarkable Man Show podcast. If you like what you heard and you want to know more, go to DwayneKlassen.com for your free resources. As well, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and most podcast platforms. And leave us a 5-star review to help grow the channel. Watch the video version on the Remarkable Man Project YouTube channel. Now get out there and be remarkable.